but I'm going to share one giant, big, huge mistake that a lot of people make when trying to diversify their income. Well, welcome to the Monday Money Tip podcast presented by Fully Funded Life. My name is Joe Sangl. We're helping you live your fully funded life. I am joined again by my podcast co-host, Megan Hibbert. Are you fired up today?
I'm fired up.
It is so good to see your smiling face on the podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, if you've missed seeing Megan on the podcast, hey, leave a comment welcoming her back. She's been busy being a boy mom. Boy mom, hashtag times 3.
Yes.
Whew. Are you hanging in there?
Hanging in there. They're getting ready to turn 2.
That's hard to believe.
I know.
Twin boys. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And one going to kindergarten. It's awesome. Today, we're going to talk about something that those boys are forcing Megan to do. And that is what? Tell everybody the title of what we're going to focus on today.
So today we're talking about creative ways to diversify your income in today's economy.
Creative ways to do that. Okay. So creative ways. Now, I'm going to hook you. Do not scroll to the end of this if you're watching on YouTube, but I'm going to share one giant, big, huge mistake that a lot of people make when trying to diversify their income, and you don't want to miss it, because if you make that mistake, it can make it all fall down. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to share that at the end. But, there's a big question that we would like to start with.
Yep.
Maybe you could share the question.
Yeah, so our big question is, what would having diversified income from multiple sources mean to you?
Yeah. So let's just ponder in that. Maybe you're running on the treadmill. You was just running like Forrest Gump. Maybe you're driving, low riding, being that Uber mom, soccer mom. Maybe you're maybe you're listening to this with your kids. Shout out Pastor Marty, who does that a lot of times. But here's what I would just tell you. That's an important question to ask, is what would having diversified income from multiple different sources, what would it mean to you? Mm-hmm. Like, we've kind of thought through it. It would allow you to have some independence from your main employer. Yeah. Like, if your whole livelihood, Megan, depended upon our organization and you have no margin, you're very dependent upon decisions we make.
Right.
But the more you have different sources of income pointed your way, the less reliant you are upon the organization. And, sometimes organizations can make bad decisions and train wreck the whole thing.
Yeah. I feel like as you're saying that, the word that comes to mind with that is like stress. Like it's the stress of somebody else's decisions that are affecting your life that you have zero control over unless you're an owner, Like, I don't have control over what you decide to do with the company. I can tell you my thoughts. Yeah. But ultimately, it's your company. You get to make the decision. But I feel like that is stress and reliance on a person. But when you have multiple sources, you're not having that stress of just the one income and the one person that could train wreck your life.
It's such an important statement that you're making there. And by the way, I value your input.
I know you do.
At the highest of levels. I really do.
Yeah.
And you mentioned this word stress. The opposite of stress is a word that it's 2 words that I've put together that I really don't have a good definition for. Today, I'm going to use the definition of the opposite of stress, the opposite of financial stress, and that is financial confidence. Because when you've got multiple channels of income headed your way, well, then if one of them dries up for a while, you're okay.
Yeah.
It's really important. Financial confidence. Here's what I know. I can't define it very well. I just can't. Everybody can say a good amen to that. But you know it when you have it, and you know when you don't have it.
Yeah. I think the word I think of is peace. Like you experience that,
I think Dave Ramsey knows about this.
Yeah. Like
he put together a resource called Financial
Peace. Yeah. But like one avenue might be going crazy.
Yeah.
But you have these other ones that you're okay with. The stock market's getting wild. You're good.
So I set this whole podcast up just to explore. Do you have other sources of income other than just us?
We do.
No, but this is what I think is awesome. And it's the third point that I want to make, is that it allows you to have the ability to explore other work that you're passionate about. You've done that.
Yeah.
So you discovered as you joined the team that you have this gift for graphic design, for web design. You found out you had tech skills you didn't even know that were within you.
Yeah.
And you've used those skills elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
You want to share any of those?
Yeah. So, I mean, a little side hustle. So I've helped, different people. So one of them is our chiropractor. So that's one that I've helped for a while. And it was nice because you can exchange money or you can exchange services, which is great.
Bartering.
But then I've also helped a local doctor in the town that we both know. He wanted to put a book out and he needed someone to do the cover design and a lot of the images for it and all that kind of stuff. So I was able to help him with that, which is really great. And so it's something that I can do at night at home or, if I have time here and there, it allows me to, diversify the work that I'm doing. So I'm doing work for you, but I'm also doing this and that. And my work is not suffering, obviously.
Well, that's a real good point. I mean, that's really important. We're not talking about work and other income sources that destroy your primary work.
Right.
So let's talk about ways to produce that extra income. The first one is to gather some ideas, So if you're kind of at a loss saying, that sounds good, Joe, I need creative ways to produce diverse income sources and different streams of income.
Yep.
How do you gather ideas?
Yeah. So salary.com, you can search different jobs by typing in the job title or keywords. So maybe you're looking for something like education or certifications or other industry.
Yeah. If you possess those a certain degree or you possess a certain certification, you can go to salary.com. Maybe we can get a screenshot. Talking to Jeff, our producer here of salary.com, you can see it just says type in a keyword and it will pull up all these different jobs. And that gives you ideas. Another way is to ask around. What are other people doing to supplement their income? Now, listen, all the multi-level marketers will jump all over you. I mean, and I'm not saying some of those are not legitimate businesses, and it may be right for you, but there's lots of different ways to produce income. But I would really give you this hint: ask financially successful people. Yeah, people that are winning with their money. Because I remember one person who told me, "Man, this one thing is just killing it. I'm getting paid per click and I've got like 60 clicks today." And I was like, "Man, that sounds amazing. What are they paying you per click?" And he's like, "A dime."
Oh.
And I was like, I did the math real quick and I was like, "That's $6. Yeah. Now it's $6 that he didn't have, but I'm like, you need to redefine what financial success is here. And then of course we say, explore your passions. And you found your passion with graphic design. I
mean, I think if you're trying to do something specifically, you're trying to get a side hustle going, you want to be passionate about it. You want to enjoy what you're doing. You don't want to dread doing the thing that's making you extra money or helping you.
I think that's what's really awesome is when we talk about supplemental income, extra income, creative ways to do it, if you can connect it to a passion of yours and that passion is a marketable skill set, it's really amazing. So let's talk about some ideas that we've come up with. One of them is one you're really familiar with. So go ahead and share it with them.
Yep. So you can produce content. So maybe your social media channels. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. There's lots.
That's what we're doing right now. We're producing content.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And what else?
So there's photos. So I have friends that they travel the world and they sell their photos to, like Unsplash or like a lot of the other ones like that. And that's the way, he's
iStock, Pexels.
He's a great photographer. His family is going on the trips anyway. He takes pictures and then...
Is this Colin?
Yeah.
He's very talented.
And then they make money off of the pictures anyway. It's a great use of his...
So when we think about producing content, you can blog, you can do creative writing, you can do video work. You can sell your services on places like Fiverr, Upwork, and Freelancer. Those places are melting pots of people around the world who have great videographer skills, typesetting skills, editing, copywriting. It's really amazing. Let's go to the next one.
So the next one is stocks. So you can see several high dividend paying stocks on your on Joe's list of personal investments.
So we're not just doing stocks. What type of stocks?
The
dividend stocks. Yeah.
Yep. So the key about that is they're paying you.
Can I share a few that I love? These are on my list, and I'm not recommending these. I'm not a financial advisor, but I invested in Enterprise Products Partners, LP. It's limited partnership. Their ticker symbol is EPD. They're right now, as we record this, paying a 7.44% dividend. There's Energy Transfer, and that's ticker symbol ET, which I like, extraterrestrial. They're paying 8.46% dividend. I bought into Key Bank, which is Key Corp, ticker symbol is Key, K-E-Y, and they pay a 5.75% dividend. And so I've owned them. The stock has went up a little bit, but the dividend they're paying, the profits they're sharing with me, I don't have to work for them. They're just paying me.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
The good thing about, so maybe this is like one that's like, oh, I'm really interested in that. I would like to learn more about that. Well, you have a whole course of Fully Funded Life that you release every year. You update it.
I'm working on it right now as we speak.
All your stocks, talking about investments, all that kind of stuff, where you break it down and make it super easy and helpful, practical for people to kind of take a step into that, which is really, really good.
And it's worked well for me.
Yeah.
Now, CDs and U.S. Treasuries are another one. They're paying anywhere from 4.5% to 5.5% right now. And one thing to note, if you're in a state that has state and or local income taxes, U.S. Treasuries are free of state and local taxes, only subject to federal taxes when you purchase them via treasurydirect.gov. Okay, let's talk about a couple other creative ideas.
All right, the cottage industry.
Right.
So maybe you're making something. So maybe you're kind of like me. What is that? So maybe Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Amazon, maybe a personal website. Maybe you have a skill that you can make a physical product and you can sell it.
Yeah.
And that it's a huge industry.
Huge industry.
I mean, I'm always looking on Etsy for creative things that I can buy for
my daughter has her little painted birdhouses on Etsy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And you can also sell it. We see people go to different like open air markets and conventions and things like that and sell it. The cottage industry really refers to anything that you're running out of your home. It's a business incubator. Yeah. And let's share another idea and then wrap it up.
Yep. So you can buy and resell. So maybe you have a ton of stuff at your house, and I feel like we're always doing this. We have a ton of stuff. I read something sometime where it said the amount of stress you have in your life is directly correlated to the amount of stuff you have in your house.
Yes.
And I feel that deeply. Like I just look around and there's stuff everywhere.
You've got a lot of people saying amen, sister.
We have to sell some stuff. I'm going to go crazy. It's like coming in on me. But you can sell stuff. So maybe you have something that's in good condition that you can resell and make some money.
There are a lot of people who've taken this to the next level where they realized, hey, I'm good at this. I know what value is, and I can buy a deal and resell it for a higher price. I have a buddy who he makes a huge amount of money buying and reselling Legos. I have another buddy who has made a huge amount of money buying and selling computer cards. They're buying, here's old key, buy low, sell higher. And there's lots of great places where you can take stuff purchased in a local market and take it to a global market. So I really encourage you to check it out. Now, I promised at the start of this episode that I would share one big thing. And listen, if you screw this up, if you make this mistake, it'll blow up all your sources of income, really. And by the way, you hit on it, and Megan didn't even really know it. And that is, you can't jeopardize your stable source of income.
Right.
You know, you mentioned this. You can't have your side work start saying, hey, to the main job you have, I'm sorry I wasn't able to get to that. Or you stayed up till 3 a.m. working on a project and you come in, looks like you slept in the gutter last night because you're bombed out, exhausted.
Yeah.
You know, you can't jeopardize your stable source of income. Even if you're growing something that could become your full-time gig. Listen, if you do that, if that stable source of income goes away, all the other stuff you built can collapse on you.
Yeah. You have to know your capacity for what you can take on and what you can handle while you're still doing excellent at that main source of income.
Yeah. And so, hey, listen, we want you to have multiple sources of income. It allows you to explore passions, explore ideas, chase things. And listen, if it doesn't work, make another decision, chase another. But here's one thing we know, that when you're creative and you consider the possibilities of what if, you'll be on your way to living a fully funded life. Hey, have a great week. Think about ways you could produce more income. If you have other creative ideas, share those in the comments below. And until next week, hey, go live your fully funded life. Hey everybody, Joe Sangl here. Thanks so much for watching this video. Hey, I encourage you to click the links that are provided to watch a lot of more helpful content that'll help you live your fully funded life. Thanks for being a part of our community.